Hey, Janine, well, guess what? Hey, when I see you, yeah, I get a little happy. Hey, Black Crown, I get a little happy when I see you. What? Baby, when I see you, yeah, I get a little happy. Hey, Francine, I get a little happy when you party with me. Well, guess what? When I see you, yeah. Hey, Jay, hey, Randy, I get happy when you party with me. Guess what? When I see you, yeah, yeah. Hey, Cole, I get a little happy. Happy when I see you. What? When I see you, yeah, yeah. Listen, fellas, I put your picture on my mirror. Start to blush when somebody says your name. And my stomach is a pain. See you walk in my direction, I go the other way. I start to stutter when I speak. Try to stand, but my knees go weak. What's happening to me? Anybody can you tell me what it means? I lay my head on my pillow. He got me staring out the window. Wish on a star for a sign. That's the reason why. Yeah.
Always on my mind.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
right, I get shy when I see you.
Hey, see you.
When I see you.
Hey, Marlon, you sexy boy.
Never know.
Say what? That's right, baby. Bring it to the front. Hey, Janine, well, guess what?
Man, what is going on, everybody? What is going on? It's Wade's word of the day. Man, I'm so grateful and thankful to be hanging out with each and every one of you on this evening. Make sure that you're tagging, texting, and telling somebody, doing all of those wonderful things. If you're over there on the YouTube side, make sure that you like the post. If you're over there on the Facebook side, make sure you do that as well. Go ahead and hit those stars and hit those likes. Yeah, let's big it up. Your boy is back. And we are certainly thankful and grateful to be in this space. So go ahead and tag and text and tell somebody. Drop it on all of your socials and all of that good stuff. We certainly would appreciate it. Yeah, go ahead and do that right now. Yeah, go ahead and do that right now because I'm talking to you. So go ahead and do that before we get started.
Don't say nothing.
You talking to me?
Yeah, I think you're talking to you.
Yeah, I'm talking to you and you and you and you. Make sure that you, yeah, go ahead and drop it on those socials and all of that good stuff. Let me try to do a few things in terms of housekeeping here. I appreciate your patience with me. You know, we took a week off, a little vacation and all of that good stuff. And so, but we're back. We're back. And we're in the space every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Wade's Word of the Day. So make sure that you share it out, yeah, to everybody that you know. Yeah, share it out to everybody that you know. Yeah, we need you to be doing that. Make sure, yeah, that you are putting something on it. Yeah, putting something on it. Because everything that we do in this space is supporters, sponsored. So over there on Facebook, hit that stars button. Everybody drop 300 stars. That's simply $3. Be over on the YouTube side. Go ahead to the Cash App side and put something on it. We certainly would appreciate it. And the tickers run in the various ways that you can certainly do that on tonight as well. So, hey, what's been going on with you all in my absence? You know, what's been happening? What you been up to?
Oh my God.
Yeah, inquiring minds want to know. You know, I've been off the scene for about a good 7 days. So everybody check in with me. Let me know how you're feeling. And while you're doing that, you're coming in hot.
Wake 'em up. See him still sleeping, so I had to shake him up. I kept it too real. I wasn't faking up. My real life was a headline. Your real life got a deadline. My timeline was a hashtag. Your timeline just a hate crime. Coming in hot, feeling like Pac. Back in 94 when he took 5 shots. Too much drive to ride your wave. Ditch my top and I'm off that lot. Black on black on black on on black on black on black on black. You don't have to ball a rap to get them racks on racks. Uber poolers trying to catch my vibe and find my way. Yeah, I know I'm ratchet, but I'm really safe. Hot sauce dripping.
Yeah. Coming in hot. All of that good stuff. Come on, I don't see you tagging, texting, and telling nobody. Go ahead and do that for your boy real quick. We're not going to be long tonight. You know, it's my first day back, so I want to try to get my sea legs back. But I do have something that I want to discuss, that I want to talk about. And then on the back end, you'll be able to, ask me any question that you would like, you know, and all of that good stuff. I'm certainly going to put the link up at the end where you can pop in if you want to pop in and holler at your boy and all of that good stuff. So let's do that. Because y'all know what it is. It's Wade's word of the day. Let's go.
Taking place, breaking norms, setting trends. Wade's word of the day. Uncontained, making space, cultivating grace. Word of the day. Filling space, converging minds on the same page. Every day, every way. Word of the day. Word of the day. Conversation.
Yeah, Wade's word of the day. So, hey, tonight, I want us to think about this question. Why can't we talk about it? Why can't we talk about it? Why can't we talk about it? You know, one of the things, you know, over this break, I had some opportunity to ponder, to think, to read, you know. In these moments, typically, I really get really silent for the folk who know me, because I'm thinking through things. I'm thinking about where I am in this current moment. So my, hiatus, if you will, it gives me an opportunity to do that heart work that I talk about all the time, to reflect, to ponder, to think through, and even to challenge myself as I begin to proceed towards the end of the year and all of that good stuff. And so one of the things I was thinking about was simply that. Why can't we talk about it? You know, why can't we talk about it? I don't know about you, but I'm sure you've heard people, you know, when you need to have certain conversations, but because folk don't want to have those conversations, the first thing that they say is, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. Because sometimes, communication can be so painful to endure that sometimes we just throw our hands up in the air and we're just like, you know what, it's not even worth the frustration. It's not even worth the hassle. It's not even worth the trouble. Because sometimes, you know, if you're going to communicate effectively, sometimes it will lead you down troubled waters, because sometimes communicating and being effective as that causes you not only to ponder what it is that you're trying to get across, but you also have to, how do I want to say it? You also have to get your listening skills in order, because too often when folk think that they're communicating, oftentimes what they're doing is they're just listening to respond. They're not listening to hear. They're just listening to respond. And when that happens, communication can just be so painful to endure. Anybody picking up what I'm putting down tonight? It really can be. And oftentimes it leads us back to this question: why can't we talk about it? And then on the flip side, some people just think, hey, if I just ignore it, then hopefully it'll just go away. Failing to understand that if you don't confront it, you can never fix it. And so for some of us, communication can be life-changing, but for many of us, it is very painful, if you will. Concerns about, sharing and it blowing back up in your face and all of those particular things, concerns over getting hurt, all of those particular things. And so the question is, why can't we talk about it? And getting to a place of really understanding the value of communication, the value of listening to listen and not just listening to respond, even for me, has been a lifelong journey. I remember when I started out in this calling, I just assumed that, communication as you're dealing with folk would be easy, that it would come naturally. It would be easy to talk about the tough things and the trying things and the difficult things. But through experience, I understood, no, it's not easy to talk about all things. And then oftentimes it's this fear of getting hurt, again, as you are trying to communicate. Then you begin to ask yourself, how can, two people or a group of people who say that they care about each other, why in many instances is it just difficult to communicate? How can something that one would seem or one would think is, natural end up being so complicated or complex? How do we get to a place where we can talk about it? Because communication is not a luxury. It really isn't. But if our relationships are going to be cultivated, if our relationships are going to expand and grow and all of those particular things, we're going to have to develop our communication muscles, our communication temperament. We're going to have to move beyond just communicating to respond, but communicating to hear, to be heard, because here's the reality: everybody wants to be heard. So what is communication? Communication is just defined as what? Successfully conveying or sharing our ideas and our feelings. And the key word, as we define that, is successfully. It is, in fact, a process by which information is exchanged between individuals. Another key word there is exchange. So communication is not just about you sharing your ideas and your information, but it's this exchange that goes on between people, right? It's not just simply talking. Talking is one thing, but communicating is much more than just talking. I know that's right.
Oh yeah, you talking way.
Yeah, it's much more than just talking. And many of us think it's, just talking, but it's much more than just talking. So I want to ask this first question. How well do you communicate? Yeah, how well do you communicate? Do you avoid talking? Do you become defensive? How well do we communicate? You withdraw into silence and all of that good stuff? Well, that ain't really good stuff, but you picking up what I'm putting down. Why can't we talk about it? That's my question tonight. Why can't we talk about it? Why can't we effectively exchange our ideas and emotions in a successful way where it benefits one another? So, yeah, why can't we talk about it? Here's some ways that we can kind of work through that. Again, one, you got to listen with the intent to understand. So it's not just talking, but it's listening with the intent to understand. You want to understand what the other person is communicating, is saying. That requires a level of concentration. And I'm the first one to admit sometimes I'll be staring off into space, whatever, but it is a learned skill. Listen with the intent to understand. Why? Because listening is really an act of love, y'all. Listening is an act of love. Attention translates into love. And we really pay attention to the ones who we love, right? There's an old fable that says, he who answers a matter before he hears it is a folly and a shame to him. Being a good listener doesn't just make you a good friend, but it also makes you a good communicator. So don't just listen to respond, but listen to understand. Why? Remember, communication, the process of sharing information with one another. This exchange that happens. Don't just listen to respond, listen to understand. Now, let me add something. Can we go a little bit deeper? Let me add this. And when we're listening to understand, because you want to understand the heart of the person that you are communicating with. Everybody wants to be heard. And if I'm listening correctly, I'm listening with the intent to understand because I want to hear that other person's heart. Why is that important? Because not everybody communicates the way that you may want them to communicate, may not use some of the words that you might want them to use. And so if you get bogged down with certain things that come out of their mouth without listening to understand and listening to hear their heart, you could easily be offended by their word choices. So never assume that you understand what the other person, the other party is trying to say if you're not willing to take the time to listen, to understand, and listen for the heart of the matter. And then understand, even as we, there are these gaps in terms of how we communicate. Men communicate a little bit differently than women and all of those particular things. And so it's critically important that you listen to understand and that you listen for the heart of the matter. I'm talking better than y'all typing.
Oh yeah, you talking way.
Why? Because everybody craves to be heard and to be understood. Then as you're listening, now begin to ask probing questions that help you to get to the heart of the matter. Because if the goal is to get to the heart of the matter, to understand where the person is coming from, then you must be willing to add certain questions that allow the people you're communicating with to go a little bit deeper, to feel at ease, to go a little bit deeper in their sharing of the heart. Don't get, oftentimes we get quickly in offense because we're just listening to respond. But when you listen to understand, when you listen to hear the heart, don't just listen to the words, listen to the heart of the matter. Why can't we talk about it? And then be honest if you don't understand. If you're not getting it, you're not understanding in that moment, be honest. Say certain things like, hey, I'm sorry, but I don't quite understand that. I'm not getting that. I'm not clear about what it is that you're saying. And then finally, understand this, everyone has filters. Everyone has filters. What does that mean? What do I mean by that? Filters are just simply criteria we use to process things. Everyone has filters. Everyone has different ways upon which they receive information. And so the way that I process a thing may not necessarily be the way that you process a thing. And so when we are desiring to be better communicators and be better at communicating with one another, we must understand that everyone has filters. All of us have different lenses upon which we perceive the information that we receive. And a lot of that is clothed in, past situations, past circumstances, past hurt, all of that. So you got to understand that. We all have filters. This is why it's very important that you listen to understand, that you listen for the heart of the matter, and that you simply be willing to talk about it. Why can't we talk about it? And then finally, acknowledge what you've understood. Acknowledge what you hear. You can do that by repeating the thing back. Acknowledge what you hear. Because sometimes that has a way of knocking out some of the misunderstanding. This is what I'm hearing you saying to me. This is how I'm understanding it. Yeah, let's get to a place where we can talk about it. Really talk about it, because we're listening to understand. We're listening to hear the heart of the matter. We're not assuming. We understand that everyone has different filters in terms of how they perceive, how they receive, how they understand, how they process information. And then we're acknowledging what we understand. I'm done tonight. That's all I got for you tonight. Why can't we talk? I've been asking that question a lot lately. Not really in my personal life, but in a lot of my other spaces that I operate in. Sometimes it's difficult to have conversations because people struggle in terms of communicating. A lot of times we're just listening to respond. So I hope this helped you on tonight. Hope you were blessed by it. Hey, make sure that you tag, text, and tell somebody. We certainly would appreciate it. We really would. We really would. Make sure that you put something on it, on the tickers, various ways that you can support and all of that good stuff. Man, let's go out this way with a little bit of music. I love music. Y'all let me know if you're feeling it. Here we go.
I just need to get away. Take a day and whisk into the closet far away into my Everglades. Just to take the pain away. Pain of everyday life, pain of strife that I feel today. So I can breathe, so I can be, so I can exist in sonic harmony. Be in tune with the greatest part of me. You're my vacation, you're my elation, blissful holiday. You're my better half, you're the true craft, creative harmony. I can't be without you, there's no need without you, don't even want to fake it. Medicine won't give me like you do. No one makes me feel the way you do.
Man, I need to get out of here. Y'all know what it is. It's Wade's Word of the Day. Love you so much. We're here every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Make sure that you're tagging, texting, and telling somebody they will see you on tomorrow. Make sure that you tap in, and all of that good stuff. We'll see you real soon. Hey!